Citranite!
What, Mac? What is it now? We're not playing baseball. You don't have hands. And you're not holding it with your mouth. That didn't go well in Mario Tennis Aces with Chain Chomp and the racket.
The fans want content, and they want it now! Do you want my opinion on? It's almost been a month! Come on, man! It's only like 20 minutes out of your day!
You want me to do my opinion on? Mac, you're funny sometimes. Sometimes, though, not all the time.
Do it! Now! Mac, out!
Oh, you're serious? Oh, come on, man. Alright, fine. You know what? Fine, I'll do it. Hey guys, how's it going? The name's Citranite. Welcome to my channel. And welcome to another My Opinion On, or if this is your first My Opinion On, welcome! Which it shouldn't be, it's like episode 9? I don't remember. Anyway, so today, Spongebob time! Cue the music!
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh! Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
Spongebob Squarepants!
No! Stop. Enough with the music. We don't need any more music. Okay, we all know who SpongeBob is. He's this great character that everyone loves except all the haters, but SpongeBob's a fun character. And I like SpongeBob. SpongeBob's never been bad. He's never been particularly good, but he's actually currently one of the top cartoons that you can ever watch. Actually, I think he's one of the top cartoons except for anime, which that's a whole other can of worms that I'm not going into. But SpongeBob, overall, he's just a cool character. And there's a lot of fun characters, so let's go over them in my opinion on today. Dang, there's like 4 places I could have put an intro in. Anyway, let's do it. SpongeBob is a very cool character. He's got a lot of personality, and I think he's like 26 years old, and he acts like a 2-year-old. But he's got a great personality. He's got good gags. I've never laughed so much at a show except for SpongeBob. There might be in other shows like that I like to watch, but they're not kid shows per se that make me laugh. But SpongeBob is just such a very good show to just watch because you want to watch it. There's no motive to watch it. There's no story. There's no plot. It's just entertainment, and I guess that's really what values SpongeBob for. The characters are lovable. Mr. Krabs, Plankton, Squidward, Sandy, Patrick, Larry. We can't forget about Larry. But there's just so many characters that are just awesome, and SpongeBob has probably become one of the most successful cartoons that ever existed. It's had 2 movies with a 3rd coming soon in like 2021. Freaking over, what, 10 seasons? I don't even remember. But it's been going for a long time. The song Sweet Victory has become so popular that they wanted to play it in the Super Bowl. Wow. SpongeBob, man, you've come a long way. GG. But, of course, with everything good, there's something bad aspects of it. The first 3 seasons of SpongeBob is what the OG fans like to call the Golden Age or something like that. The Golden Sponge, I have no idea. And it's just because, in those days, SpongeBob was a good show. Now, if you go watch a SpongeBob episode that was made in 2019, which is kind of very rare, because they mostly air the older ones, but if you watch one that's from 2019, yes, it's gross. Most cartoons these days are gross. And I'm not sure why. It just makes me gag thinking about it. Because, like, yeah, it's a cool show, but I don't know. It's just been gross for the past few seasons. And then, of course, they're going to do butt jokes like they always do. The Loud House has suffered from butt jokes. Pretty much every show suffers from butt jokes, and I don't get the appeal to that. I'm sure younger kids get the appeal of that, but honestly, it's not even funny. But SpongeBob, it's got that pull for you to always coming back. It catches you on a hook and reels you in, like that one episode where Mr. Krabs is like, don't go playing with those hooks, and they all go play into the carnival with the cheese on the hooks, and you know, it's really funny. And then of course there's also the dilemma with Plankton in the show, which again, it's not featured in every episode, but the ones that it is, it's fun to watch Plankton. It's fun to watch Mr. Krabs. Each way it gets goofier and goofier, and in the Spongebob Squarepants movie Sponge Out of Water, that one, the beginning sequence before the live action sequence, it was beautiful. It felt like I was watching an actual SpongeBob movie before we got to the 30 minutes of, you know, live action, and then back to like 10 minutes of animation. It felt good. I felt like I was watching a SpongeBob show on a wide screen TV, and I know that movie's kind of old news because it's what, 3-4 years old now, but it was good. I've never particularly been drawn to SpongeBob. I don't buy any merchandise for it. It's just an okay show. But watching SpongeBob nowadays is just so nostalgic because I never got to watch SpongeBob as a kid. My sister hated it, my brother hated it, my mom hated it. The only one that didn't hate it was no one but me. I was the only one that didn't hate it. All my family hated it, my dad hated it, and my other sister hated it. We all hated it, they all hated it. So I never really got to watch it, but around 4 years ago, I finally got to watch another episode of SpongeBob after probably 7 years. It was magical. SpongeBob, despite what people say about the golden age of SpongeBob, the first 3 seasons, it's never particularly been a bad show. It's always been straightforward and through. It's funny, it's cute, it's charming. It's got that magic into it that, I don't know, no other show for me has really captured since SpongeBob. Sure, there's some shows like, I don't know, Henry Danger. But, again, that's a comedy, but it's just another show. It'll be like the Thundermans. They'll cancel it when it didn't need to be canceled. Of course, the actors are getting older, so it's coming. But Nickelodeon's always been one of my favorite channels, and I guess, you know, Cartoon Network has always been there, but I've never watched it. And Disney XD, you know, Phineas and Ferb and all that, I haven't watched that in years. But SpongeBob has always been a show that, no matter how old you are, unless you're like 80 right now, but like, if you were young back then when it was on, you can make a SpongeBob reference and everyone's gonna get it. They all are. It's hilarious, and I don't know too many SpongeBob references right now because I don't remember very many episodes because I don't watch it that much. But every time I sit down to watch a SpongeBob episode, it's a magical experience. It's fun. Of course, I have to do it alone because I don't have anyone who wants to watch SpongeBob with me. Everyone else thinks it's stupid and unnecessary. But it's a fun show, and everything about it is just charming. The characters, the real whole dynamic is, of course, Squidward and SpongeBob. The real Squidward represents what everyone is, and SpongeBob represents everything that everyone wants to be. But I don't know, I'm just drawn to SpongeBob. It's a good show. If you haven't checked out a SpongeBob episode, I 100% 100% recommend that you go do it. Yes, I represent SpongeBob. But it's a good show. You can make a reference to it and everyone will get it. Most people will get it. It's just funny. It's a good show, and everyone knows SpongeBob. SpongeBob is like the TV version of Mario or Sonic or whatever. I don't know who's the main gaming icon anymore. But he's like Mario. He's like Mickey Mouse. Everyone knows who he is. It's hilarious how everyone knows who SpongeBob is. Everyone knows who Mickey Mouse is. Everyone knows who Mario is. But SpongeBob, he's the TV icon. And that's why Nickelodeon will probably never drop him. They dropped Fairly Odd Parents. What's another really good show? They dropped the Thundermans. There's a lot of good shows that they've dropped, and they're just great. They are absolutely fabulous. But here's why I'm claiming that as for the time being, while SpongeBob's up here, and all of Nickelodeon's priorities are down here, SpongeBob will always remain at the top, and he will never go down unless some bad thing happens. The SpongeBob is going to be one of those lifelong things like Mickey Mouse and Mario. They'll never die out. I'm sure Mario could fade into obscurity, and so could Mickey Mouse, but it's not likely for the next 40, 60, 70 years. But SpongeBob, he'll still be around most likely. Despite how old you think you're getting to watch SpongeBob, you're never too old to watch SpongeBob. He's a charming character, and I'm not saying that just because I was sponsored by Nickelodeon, because I was not. I was not. Trust me. I don't know why I picked that up. I was not sponsored. It's a good show. Go watch it. Honestly. It's so charming that I couldn't think of a better show to watch, to sit down and watch. Of course, there's always funny comedies out there, but when you reel it in to SpongeBob, you're gonna have a good time. The gross episodes you can look past, just don't eat anything while you're watching SpongeBob. You'll be fine. Honestly, I can laugh at some of the gross things now. It's just funny. Sit down and watch the SpongeBob movie. The SpongeBob movie is the best way to get into SpongeBob because it's just so charming and it introduces characters too. Any SpongeBob movie is just really good. And of course, like, if we were to say, like, put the SpongeBob movie Sponge Out of Water in today's times, which it is, and have nothing to back it up. No show, no nothing. It would fail. It's not that great of a movie. But the sheer nostalgia of watching it is what keeps it alive. The same with Mary Poppins Returns. That one, the sequel to Mary Poppins, which is 50 years old. How about the new Dumbo that's coming out? That's a live-action remake. Aladdin? Nostalgia. Disney's doing it for nostalgia. Look at Star Wars. We hadn't seen a Star Wars in 13 years. And look at this. New Star Wars movie. It was one of the most successful movies of all time. We got Frozen. Frozen 2 coming out. Oh, more cash. If you feed off nostalgia, people are going to buy it. That's how life works.
Citranite!
Mac, I'm in the middle of recording a video.
They're making a live-action remake of the Thundermans on the big screen. Let's go see it. It's nostalgic. Hey!
Wait, they're actually making the Thundermans the movie? Mac, buy tickets right now. Oh my gosh.